In this video, Ryan finally gets around to tone maxing.
I'm finally getting around to tone maxing my SX Liquid. That's what we're calling it now, right? From this point forward, let's call modifying guitars tone maxing. It's sure to catch on. So anyways, what am I doing here? I've got a bunch of mods planned for this guitar. I'm gonna do them all in one go. First of all, I'm gonna swap necks for this aluminum Baguli neck that I've had around forever because I think it'll look amazing on here. Look at that. That looks amazing, right? It looks like it belongs there. Next up, I'm going to be swapping pickups. The last mod I did on this guitar was I swapped the bridge P90 for this super duper cheap mini bucker I found on Amazon. It was like under 20 bucks somehow. If there's still any available, I'll put a link down in the description. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it to the middle position because it's kind of bright and thin and jangly, especially compared to the stock P90s. I think it would make a good like middle position Dan Electro style sound. So yeah, moving that right there. In the neck position, I'm going to put this luller that a viewer actually sent to me. They sent a set of these and I pulled these out to compare to the AP90s that are in the Kiesel back there to see if they were constructed different from a P90, and then realized once I pulled these out, these aren't constructed like a P90. These are constructed like Jazzmaster pickups. And I love a Jazzmaster pickup in the neck of any guitar I can get them in. So I figured that'd be a lot of fun in the neck position of this guitar. In the bridge, I've got another cheapie that I got off the internet. I think eBay or Amazon or something like that. I got this because there was a set of these in that Harley Benton Mosrite style guitar I had, and I thought they were great. They have a great big thick humbucker sound, at least the ones in the Harley Benton did, and they split to this really fun thin spaghetti western sound. So I'm gonna stick this thing in the bridge. Unfortunately, it's got a cream cover instead of black, so it's just gonna not be matchy-matchy with everything else, but maybe it'll work. Let's take a look at the guts here. It's two little coils in there, making a humbucker that fits in a P90. I wish I could just make single coils out of these tiny little coils here. I think they're cute. And now there's one more thing. There's one more thing I'm going to do. As you can see, I've got a Descendant vibrato on here, which is great. It's super fluttery and smooth. But Descendant sent me a replacement plate and other guts that apparently are supposed to increase the range of their vibrato. So let's do a quick test of the range as it is right now, just so we have something to compare to after I update those guts. Bring in my little utility board here so we can see the tuner and document this correctly. I should measure how far the bar is off the body. The tip of the bar is about 62 millimeters off the body. Tuned to E. Where does it go when I dive it all the way? A very sharp C sharp. So not a very extreme dive, but like I said, a very smooth, fluttery vibrato here. I'm interested to see how much more range we get by swapping out those guts. So here we go. Time for the montage music so I can start taking stuff apart. Might as well tackle this trim system before I get into the nitty-gritty of the neck. Because that neck is going to be a bit of a project, I think. And then, of course, all the soldering and frustration that comes with replacing the pickups. So, what are we looking at here? What's about to change? We've got this plate. I see. So the back edge here is taller on this one versus the original. There's also this part here. And this part, the claw, this little edge right here comes out further. So they're changing the dimensions and position of the pivot point and things like that to get more play. That's my theory anyways. I'll try to get some photographic evidence of that difference before I start slamming stuff together. Easy peasy. Assuming I did it right, that went right back together. No problem, no frustrations whatsoever. Now I'll just screw it back into the body and move on to the neck. I'll do the neck next. A little bit surprised the ground wasn't coming out here. It's probably going into the bridge, right? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I can't pull off the pick guard until I pull out the neck pickup. And the neck is off. This is going to be sent to a viewer who has been begging to trade SX necks forever. He wants to send me a maple for my rosewood, and that sounds great to me. I'm not even going to be using the maple, not for the time being anyways, but if I did decide to revert back to a wood neck for this guitar, maple would be just fine with me. So I'm happy to help out a viewer who's looking for a very specific neck. And now I can take off the pick guard to see what the heck is going on with that ground. Everything is all pinned together by the pickups. Okay, might as well just pull everything out, right? Some people are probably wondering, Ryan, what was wrong with the original pickups? Nothing. They were fine. I'm just curious. I just want to try things and do dumb stuff. Get off my back. And besides, I can always put it back to normal later, right? Nothing has to be forever. Well, time to get snippy. Hopefully I can figure out this switch later. And you know what, I'll redo the ground later as well. So it's cut free for the time being. We're going for a full rewire here. Why did they leave these little bits of wood right here? I guess it could add stability to the pick guard, but you're so close to a swimming pool route, might as well just knock them out, right? I'm not going to do that myself. I just think it's funny to see these two little perfect posts left in the wood. So now moving on to the neck. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be difficult because normally when you're installing a neck into a neck pocket, it kind of doesn't matter where the holes are because you can make new holes to match the existing holes in the neck pocket. That is not the case with an aluminum neck because the holes are milled into the neck. I can't re-drill the holes. I have to honor the original holes. So my trick the last time I did this was I painted the back side of this connection here and then pressed it into the guitar I was going to install it in, and that left an impression of where the new holes would need to be. But just to be sure, just to make sure I need to do that, let's do a visible check here. I have a vague memory that I tried this before and the holes weren't quite right. I can see through and one of them looks off. But maybe I should just try? I might just be able to open up those holes a little bit and get them in. But will it be straight? This is really the part where I find out if I'm wasting my time and I'm making a video I'm not going to publish. I've got connection on the two inside bolts. Let's see if I can connect the outside. My gut is telling me I should open these holes up a little bit. Like if there's too much like side to side stress on these holes, drop my wrench here, it could actually crack the body, and that is something that I actually do want to avoid.
I hope you're going to clean that up.
Yes, I'll clean up after myself. Don't worry, Tony.
I'm not worried. I know I can compel you to be responsible.
It's a good thing you don't have a body, or I'd make you clean it up.
You should be very thankful I don't have a body.
All right. I'm just increasing drill bit size slowly. to open up the holes. I think that'll do it. I think we're in the clear now. You guys can't see what I can see, but you can trust me, right? If I crack this body, though, that'll be hilarious. Everyone will laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. Look what Ryan did. So the neck itself is a little more narrow than the original neck, and there's a pretty serious gap on the underside. As long as the strings do the right thing, that's not going to bug me. I do feel like I should shim it over to the left a little bit. Now the pickups. Soldering and wiring time. The part where I always make mistakes. And then have to redo everything I've done and take off the strings and stuff like that. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, I should have left the drill out over here. Forgot I have to drill holes for the screws on this pickup. Can I make an indentation with the screws to tell me where to drill? I'm not sure I can. I might need some paint. So here's the plan. A little dab of paint on the end of each screw that I need a drill for. And then as I put it in there, it'll just mark exactly where I need to drill. No guesswork. Should work, right? Ta-da! It worked perfect. Now when you're doing this, try to remember not to drill all the way through your guitar body, which is something I'd probably do if I didn't remind myself. I could have trimmed those humbucker mounting screws, but what's the fun in that when you can drill holes in a guitar body?
Sure, why not add more biological waste to the pile?
I'm gonna clean it up, don't worry.
I'm not worried.
It's like I get that the environmental filters are expensive, but like we have a vacuum. I'm gonna vacuum it up. I always vacuum it up. Yeah, that'll work. I did it. So now the neck pickup, go right there. And the bridge pickup, does it have enough wire on it? It does. I kind of wish I wasn't using a Strat switch for this. It'd be more fun to have individual selector switches. I don't know if I have anything that could let me do that right now, though. I'd probably have to mangle the pickguard to make it happen anyways. Both of the other pickups will require drilling. Come on, get in there. Fit. Is the cover the wrong size? The cover might actually be the wrong size. And of course the covers don't come off on the stock pickups. Cool. While rummaging around in my pickup drawer, I did actually find another cream P90 cover. So let's see if that fits the pickguard a little better than this black one here. And it might look a little better too. That looks like it'll fit. And this will have the visual effect of making the bridge and neck look stock and that middle pickup a weird funky mod. As part of the visual language of the guitar. There we go. Yeah, that fits better. How's that look? It definitely looks like there's some aftermarket stuff going on here. Who would have thought this would be the hardest part? That's it, I missed the hole. I don't know. Do I like the black better in the neck? What do you guys think? I'll leave it for now just because it physically fits better. Well, they're in. Now I need to figure out the wiring. So I've got this 3-position switch set up on an old project pickguard of mine. I'm thinking about gutting it and doing the same thing right here. And then I kind of also need a push-pull to split this if I want to do that. Biting off more than I can chew here, aren't I? This is a dangerous proposition because there's not a lot of ways to get replacement pickguards, and I am about to start drilling some holes in this pickguard that can't be undone. But it's already clearly a project guitar, so how precious do I need to be? How much space do I have here? I think I got enough space. I think I can put a switch in each one of the screw holes. Which would render that useless later on, but it would give me more finger space to work with here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Well, here goes something. One right in the middle. We are officially entering into rat rod territory here. I don't think I'm going to get around to the coil split today. Which is fine. I mean, I guess I could. All right, find a push-pull. Every time I think about not doing something, I remember if I don't do it now, I'll have to end up doing it later. So might as well do it now, right? We've got 500K pots here. That's good to see. That's what I wanted. I think I have a push-pull 500K. There we go. Push-pull 500K. Put that in the volume pot position. Making a lot of work for myself here today. All right. Time to start soldering, I guess. Oh, man. What am I doing to myself? I think I've got it. I think I did it. If my understanding of guitar wiring is correct anyways, I've done it. I did have to look up some basic pot wiring just because I always second guess myself. The bridge pickup did come up with a handy little diagram telling me exactly what color codes do what. It seemed to line up with all the normal stuff that I'm used to. I did a creative wiring thing over here where the leads and the grounds all share the same lugs, and then the pickups go into the middle lug. Hopefully that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way I remember it being on the previous pick guard. Basically, the pickups go into the middle lug, the ground is on one side, and the leads are on the other. I think that's the way they're supposed to work. Let's plug it in and see what happens. We've got the bridge pickup. Does it split? I'm not sure it does. Yeah, nothing's changing there. But the other pickups aren't turning on. That's a good sign because I have the switches down. Up on the middle. There we go. Okay, I got the switches correct. Anyways. All right, problem solving on the bridge pickup. Why isn't it splitting it right? Time to figure that out. It's probably one wire in the wrong place, right? I reversed it somehow. Now pushed in is split. And pulled out is humbucker. I'm going to get this right. There are 4 possible posts to try this on to make it work. I've tried 2 so far. That's humbucker mode. Pulled. Split mode. I did it. I knew I could do it. All right, let's get this thing buttoned up and stringed up and strummed up and plucked up in every direction of up we can. If I can even get all these wires to fit underneath the pick guard. Oh man. What a mess. It feels like I've reinvented a jazz master here with all these wires. I'm honestly pretty nervous right now that the width of this neck, the way there's extra room in the pocket, means that the strings are going to fall off the edge here and this neck's not even going to work on this. But in which case I am doing a trade for a maple fretboard version of this neck, so I can always put that back on this. Easy peasy. But I'd rather not have to. I'd rather this neck work on this guitar. I'm going to put my favorite set of Stringjoy orbiters on here, 10.5 to 50 gauge, 6 strings, because why would I put any more or less? Good news, one of my worst fears has been put to rest. All the strings fit on the fretboard. I was worried that since the neck is a little bit more narrow than the neck pocket, that the high E would drift off a little bit more than I like. But no, there's plenty of room there. I think we're good to go. I just need to tune it up and plug it in, right? Day 2, Chapter 2, titled Too Many Problems. I am about to open this thing up once again. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. I was hoping I was done. I was hoping I got the wiring completely correct. I didn't. I'm pretty positive, like 100% positive, that I wired the neck pickup in reverse phase to the other 2 pickups because it sounds out of phase when combined with the other pickups. And also, it's either way hotter than the other 2 pickups, or the ground from that out of phase wiring is canceling out some of the volume of the other pickups, which would also explain why they sound so awful. Them being $20, $30 pickups might explain that as well, but I figure I might as well do at least one more test to figure out if that's the case. So I'm going to take this thing apart, fix that wiring. I'm going to install a riser underneath this pickup because it's too far away from the strings. It's not so far away to cause like the awful tone that I'm getting from this pickup, but this pickup is untested. That might just be the way this pickup sounds. So anyways, let's do a quick sound sample, just so you can hear what I'm hearing, and then it's time to start taking stuff apart again. Oh boy. So here's the bridge pickup. Low output and honestly pretty dang murky. Here it is split. There's no way it should be that quiet and that murky on a split, especially when the neck pickup sounds like this. And here they are together. Totally out of phase, right? Neck by itself. Bridge by itself. Yeah. Let's fix it. If it is the pickups, if these pickups just suck, then I'll end up swapping in 2 other nice P90 pickups that I have. So this is what I don't get. Why is the neck pickup out of phase if clearly the ground shield for that pickup that has a Gibson style ground outer wrap on it is grounded to where the grounds are for the other pickups, and the lead is grounded to where the leads are for the other pickups. Like it's not a case of like red wire, green wire, where I just got them mixed up. Like clearly one is the ground and one is the lead. It doesn't make any sense to me. I want this to work. I don't care about this really, but I want this to work. I've got a push-pull in there to split it and everything. Do I just reverse these? I can hear that it's out of phase. Do I just trust the process? Yeah, according to the multimeter, that neck pickup actually tests lower than the other two pickups. Okay, all right. I know that doesn't mean everything. I know there's all sorts of different ways to test pickups, and I'm not smart enough to understand all of that. So I'm just gonna do the dumb thing, and I'm gonna reverse the wires and put the ground as the lead, apparently. Can you tell I'm grumpy? I'm grumpy right now. This is not the way I wanted this to go. I wanted this to be easy. So I'm a big fan of using painter sticks, well, pieces of painter sticks. You know, like the free paint mixing sticks you get from the hardware store. I'm a big fan of using those as little shims and project fixers and stuff like that. The situation that I have right now is that I can't get this pickup high enough because I drilled out holes to accommodate the humbucker mounting screws from this pickup. So the screws don't have as much space to connect, and I can't raise it high enough. So I'm going to put this in here to give myself some wood to mount the pickups to, so I can raise it higher. I could just go raw with no cover. It kind of needs the cover if I'm not going to track down shorter screws, but I don't know, that kind of looks cool too. Go for a mega rat rod vibe. Do I like that? Do I have a screw that's the right size to do something so bold? These screws are way too long. All right, I'm just going to do it normal for now. I'd have to track down just the right screw to make that work. This whole thing's so screwy. What a nightmare of a project. Why do I do this to myself? Let's do a quick test to make sure everything still works. Wish I could tell if they were out of phase from each other with this test. I bet there's a way I could do it with a multimeter, and I just don't know how. But everything's passing signal, so I'm gonna run with that. Now that sounds way more normal. Okay. We're there now. I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to wheel in the motherboard and we're going to explore this thing. first things first, we gotta check to see how much extra range we gained from modifying that descendant vibrato. I said it was at 62 millimeters before. Right now it's sitting at about 72. So I'll drop it down to 10 on this ruler. We are at E right now. Let's see if I can do this. C, where it was doing a sharp C sharp yesterday, right? So it did get us over half a step of range on this setting. I could raise the bar quite a bit and get more, but let's see what happens if I dive all the way to the body. Tune it again. It's heading towards a C flat. I bet if I raised the bar enough by tightening that screw, I could get it down to a B though. Or a very, very flat C. Or very, very sharp B. Still feels just as smooth and fluttery. Yeah. No complaints there. I've been on the split coil setting. That's the bridge humbucker now. So let's play it a little bit. I'm sure I have a bunch of setup I still need to do to dial this in the way I want a guitar to feel, but you guys can't feel it. That's just for me. I will say this thing is heavy now. That neck, it's no joke. Oh man, but boy does it feel substantial. I wouldn't want to have this thing sitting in the back seat when I crash my car, I'll say that. I don't want to have this be extra shrapnel in my life. But if I'm ever looking for like a defensive weapon against a horde of zombies, I mean, this thing, I could probably break down a door with it. It's so beefy now. See, this is what I don't like about middle pickups. My pick is like clicking it as I play right there. When it's off, you can't hear it. So here it is on the neck. But yeah, you can't hear that through the guitar while I'm playing. But the whole time I'm playing with that, I'm clicking it. I might get a new pickguard made for this that just has the bridge in the neck. The middle's a bit too much, isn't it? But thankfully I don't have to turn it on. I'm curious, will the split bridge and the neck hum cancel? No. Maybe I should have used the bridge pickup in the neck. I could always flip this around and switch which coil is splitting, but I don't want to open it again. I've put together a quirky guitar here, haven't I? But that's what happens when you tone max your guitars. Sometimes things go sideways, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? All right, the real question. How does it handle dirt? Bridge humbucker? There we go. So that has been the bridge humbucker. Here is the bridge split. I like how bright that sounds, even with the dirt. Yeah, it's got a twang to it. The real decision would be to take this down to 2 pickups and put the other cheap P90 sized humbucker in the neck with a split on each of them. Don't tempt me. I might do it. I wanted to hear if the neck pickup sounded like a Jazzmaster pickup. So far, I don't think it does. Try it without the drive. I mean, it's closer in tonality than a normal P90 would be. But it still sounds like a P90 to me. It still has... It has the heat. I'll say that. It seems like maybe it's Jazzmaster construction, but P90 wiring to get it hotter. It doesn't have that syrupy little chirp that I listen for in Jazzmaster pickups. All right, let's try the neck pickup with dirt. That sounds great though. This guitar doesn't have to be anything other than what it happens to be at any given point, but I'll probably still change things in the future because that's what I like to do. Yeah, plenty of heat from that pickup. Middle pickup with dirt. Will that trigger a drip? It's a microphone. That's why I have it there. I just have to put my hand somewhere else when I play the middle pickup, right? I just have to remember to do that, even though it's really hard to retrain your hand. That's always been my problem with any middle pickup bigger than a Strat pickup, though. I can't seem to avoid hitting it. Sounds like I might be a little bit out of intonation at the 12th fret. I'll have to dial it in. I swapped necks. It should be expected. Despite being out of tune up there, it's a nice kind of like a output dynamic there. Okay, I'll leave the middle pickup. Besides, if I happen to need something that's microphonic, I guess it's fuzz time. All right, let's start with the bridge pickup. I'll tune first. Split. Middle position. Neck pickup. neck and bridge together. All the pickups together. I want to hear that without the fuzz. That's got a nice strummy acoustic sound to it, doesn't it? I feel like I can hear the feel of the neck in that as well. What if this guitar had wide ranges in it? I promise I'm done putting wide ranges in guitars. For now, anyways. Interesting. Well, that's what three completely different pickups sound like together. Now I'm going to split the bridge. Even janglier. I don't hate that. Let's throw some chorus and some reverb on it. Okay, that's a lot of chorus. I think that sounds magical. Let's pull out the middle pickup. I think that sounds great. Back to the humbucker setting on the bridge. Everything's still on. Middle out. That middle really does add something, doesn't it? I'm just gonna have to get used to that. Middle and bridge together. Split. That's pretty too. Neck and middle together. I thought I was making a doom machine, but this thing feels like it wants to be a pretty machine. That sounded beautiful. I mean, with the help of reverb and chorus, of course. Let's do a surf test now, starting off on the bridge humbucker setting. Oh, there we go. Now with the split. Really not bad at all. I might end up putting the other cheap P90 humbucker in the neck. This thing sounds fantastic. But that versatility there, you can't argue with it. All right. Middle pickup is probably not going to sound too surfy. It's interesting how the middle pickup sounds murkier on its own, but brings in this brightness and clarity with the other pickups. Very interesting. On to the neck pickup. A bit too much in the P90 side of things for me. It's a bit too mid-forward. For surf anyways. It'd probably sound great with some blues. Now everything on with the bridge split. Now sounding murky again. I'm gonna have to learn this guitar. That's a nice full sound with all the pickups on though. I can't argue with that. Let's stack some stuff. I've got the Clara octave pedal down here now. I want to hear what this sounds like with fuzz before it. So here is the JHS Supreme. Now with octave. I'll throw the cut back on top of all of it. The cutback might have been a bit much. Let's throw some heavy stereo reverb on there. Was that too much? Or not enough? Oh man. I started out the day bummed. I spent the whole night bummed. I went to sleep up here in space in the pod, the orbital demo platform, feeling pretty distraught over this guitar because two of the pickups didn't sound good, and I knew that one of the pickups was out of phase, which didn't make any sense to me. It still kind of doesn't make any sense to me. Can't believe I had to swap that outer, like Gibson style grounding wrap to be the lead on that pickup. But now I'm happy. Now I'm seeing the full potential of this guitar. And I'm feeling great about it. What do you guys think? Did I do it? Did I tone max this guitar? It's definitely way more unique now. I mean, it started out unique just because of its body shape. These SX liquids, they go in and out of production. They're super affordable. They used to be like the most affordable offset on the market. Fender and Squier weren't making a lot of Jazzmasters and Jaguars for a while. And these were the thing to get if you wanted something sub $500. They just were. And a lot of people figured out how to modify them and how to get them to do what they wanted. And now I'm doing it too. So yeah, some final thoughts on future mods. I still might replace this really, really nice pickup with a really, really cheap pickup just because I like that versatility. And also, I think this sounds good. I think it sounds just fine for my personal needs. I don't like how ugly this is, this switch situation here. I might end up ordering a custom pickguard for this at some point, or figuring out some sort of little like thing I can put here. I just want to clean up the open line that's still there. Does that bug anyone else, or is it just me? Am I bugged by the cream covers still? I don't know. If I can find black covers for this pickup, I might do it. If I can find a cream ring for this, I might do that. And then pairing that with some cream knobs or something like that, just to make it seem more cohesive. But maybe being a bit of a patchwork guitar is what this wants to be. This isn't looks maxing. Whatever that is, that sounds ridiculous. Sounds made up. This is tone maxing, where we don't care about the looks. We care about the tones. All right? And this thing has tons of tones now. So anyways, thanks for watching. You made it all the way to the end of the video. You know what that means. It means you beat Ender's Game. Congratulations. Do you feel proud of yourself? You shouldn't. You could have been doing something way more productive with your time. But I thank you. Thank you very much for wasting your time here with me. It helps me. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me a rude and nasty comment. Support us on Patreon. This is a fully unsponsored video, by the way. There's no brands that had their hand in making this possible. I just happen to have a bunch of stuff around that came from brands, you know, like some of it I bought, some of it I didn't, but most of it I did buy. But if you want to see more content like this, consider supporting the channel on Patreon, because Patreon really does make a lot of the content around here happen, especially when it's unsponsored like this video. So if you want more unsponsored content similar to this, you know what to do. And other than that, buy a shirt if you're naked and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.
You know what you should do now?
Yes, yes, I'm doing that next.